Hello and welcome to another Here's a Storm Quick Tip. Today I wanted to talk about some basic uh, compositions because Valcomer in the CCS channel was asking me about it. And so what I have here is a BOE draft from a couple of patches ago. And so what you'll see here is these two comps want to do very distinct things, which I think is a good example of what you want to look for when you're designing a comp. So, for example, the team on the left is mostly aggression, but they can also play a kind of safe pokey game if they want because they have Li Ming. And again, this is Battlefield for Eternity, so the objective you can safely poke with Ming, but ideally you want to get in there and burn it down with Greymane Artanis on the uh, Immortal directly. And then also they're just a pick comp because they have Diablo, and you can Q flip, fall up with Greymane and Ming, and just kill anyone pretty quickly. Stukov as well. As long as he's in range, very good follow up. At 13, he can root. So, meanwhile, the other comp is kind of weird looking, and this is a good example of a comp that has to fight front to back. And what that means is you don't necessarily select who you can hit. It's more or less you're just hitting whoever you can access, which is frequently the frontliners. So the tank or the bruiser slash offlaner is usually what you're going to see. And to that effect, they've essentially drafted multiple bruisers as their way of counteracting this. So instead of having a comp that's easy to pick off, only Hanzo's easy to kill here. Everyone else can kind of cover each other. We have three different forms of CC, not counting heroics. We have Stormbolt, we have Misha Charge, we have Hammer from Uther. And so what that means is they're very good at stopping Diablo or Greymane from jumping in and getting easy kills. And they can also kind of tank the Ming damage and walk up and kind of enforce their general zone they want to be working in. But the only reason this works at all is because Hanzo is the best poke character on BOE. And this shows an example of playing the objective and also how much ranges matter. If you took like another melee or short range hero here, this comp's going to win as long as they realize they can just shell for free with Ming and take all the Greymane talents that make him more of a ranged hero than a jump in kill hero. And as long as they counter engage, this team is going to have a hard time running them down. So instead, what they want to do is kind of create a zone of safety where Hanzo can just chuck in scatters and Q shots and all that into the Immortal and just zone out these heroes. And the other thing they can do is if they change it so these all want to be aggressive, if say these four want to hang back and defend and only Hanzo races, they can do that because again they cover each other really well. And later in the game, Muradin, Rexar, and Thrall put out enough damage that they can kill people on the defense if they overstep how far they go in. And again, this is the kind of thing where you'll see on maps with objectives that cause problems. So in other words, because the Immortal also defends itself with the various stuns and the AoE swing attack and stuff, this is a lot safer than it would be on a normal point control map, for example, where there's nothing stopping them. And so these are two compositions that clash against each other and have very different goals in mind. This wants quick kills and to get on the Immortal and just rip as much health away from it as quickly as possible, and then if necessary like step back and then look for another engagement. This one just wants to control an area for a very extended period of time, and because of the self-healing these heroes have, they can kind of do so without having to back up. So you just have two very dynamically opposed compositions here, and so it's something to consider when you look in your draft what you want to be doing and what the counters are. So, for example, we ended up losing this fairly easily to this squad because we weren't used to playing against such a chunky squad. So we do the thing which our comp was good at, which was look for picks, but we couldn't consistently kill them without either trading heroes which again benefits them because they're chunkier and have more CC than us in general. Or what happens is we would get zoned out for extended periods of time, and Hanzo would just easily race us, even though we also had Ming for the same thing. This was just a better version of it. So I hope that teaches you some of the basics about what you want to be looking for when you're looking at two compositions and what they do best, especially on a given map. Looking for specific heroes that excel. For example, Artanis, its best map is on BOE. Li Ming's very, very good on BOE. Hanzo's best map is probably BOE. Stuff like that. And then what they want to do. This wants to kill people. This wants to defend a general space and lock down anyone who falls into that space. And so when you look at strengths and weaknesses, especially in the context of the map, I think you'll greatly improve your drafting in general. I hope that helps, and have a great day.